All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak and The Bag show for Tuesday afternoon, June 26th. I wouldn't quite say I'm in a foul mood, but I am coming out. You know, it's up and down the way this sports betting goes. People are like, Peter, you should be happy about your 10-0 CFL record. And I am. But I'm off an 0-5 day in MLB. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I have a great read in MLB right now. And, I'm up about a unit and a half in WNBA, and people say, Peter, you should be happy about that. And I am, but I was up big in WNBA, basically killing it. And then, my followers on Twitter will know that I hemorrhaged like 4 or 5 units on that recent Phoenix, Minnesota game, just quadrupling up on that one. Hemorrhage a lot of units. So, of course, I'm happy. Of course, it could be worse. Of course, I could be sitting here off a 2-1 day and be down 15 units. Of course, that's worse. But it's just, I feel a little bit nervous about MLB right now in general. We're going to attack this card. Jimmy and I gave only a few plays in the morning show. We're going to give a bunch more now. We are going to discuss soccer and, of course, WNBA, which is very interesting. And we will get into MMA. People requested the Tuesday night contender series, which is an interesting series, a tough series. And, at first, when I was looking into it, I thought there wasn't much I was seeing that I was kind of liking. But now there is, and I actually made a few bets on the Tuesday night contender series. There's a few plays that I'm definitely thinking about that I'm willing to give out. The problem is, though, that these markets are tiny, right? So the markets, the lines move by a mile. The bets that I made already moved a mile. So,
that's exactly what Clint was saying. He went in on a minus 400. It's already a minus 1,000.
Really?
Huge,
yes.
But we'll get into that when we do it.
And so the plays that I made where I took Williams, and he's now minus 115. He was a dog before, so we're going to cover it, and we're going to do this segment, because people requested it yesterday, and I said I would do it. And when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Unlike some people I know.
It makes it sound like it's me.
No, if I was saying to you, I would be looking at you. Some people I know. Shout out to the Hoxton Pub, Costa Rica. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? And also, yes, of course, in WNBA, we had a lot of interesting breakdowns of the analysis of WNBA this morning. I'll just quickly review that. I did take Phoenix on the first half and first quarter. Phoenix, obviously a great team. They've looked lackluster recently, and they're off of 2 straight losses. The Liberty are a team that can be beaten. So I would have assumed that Phoenix was a good play. Reports were coming in that King Rail was on that one as well, but the line has not moved in Phoenix's favor. In fact, it's moved a little bit in Liberty's favor, which is very concerning. Then also, we discussed the Lynx game tonight, which Jimmy the Bag is sitting back and listening to WNBA and has given 2 plays, already 2-0 in the WNBA. Jimmy the Bag and I both took the Lynx on the first half, -4, but then reports came in that 2 of the Lynx starters might be sitting tonight, although that line has not moved in the opposite way either.
It may start moving because King Rail is on the Storm plus 7.5.
So
and when people hear what King Rail's up to, they follow.
All right, so there you go. King Rail is on the Storm. He said that he was thinking about that he was watching and waiting. Was planning on fading the Lynx. What's the first one that you got? What's the first?
I got Roger T saying Scotty.
Okay, that's the first comment. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Minus 110. Nostra T. How lucky are we to have this guy in here?
No doubt.
I apologize for the kind of weak shout out to your married friends yesterday. I should have given some marriage advice when I was sitting in the cab home. The joke started hitting me, and that used to happen to me, Jim. I used to nail the jokes would come before I would open my mouth. Now it's the opposite. Now the jokes come later. I'm sitting in the cab home and I'm like, damn, I should have said that. But shout out to minus 110 Nostra Tota, Mark Lathrop in the house.
Also, Anthony Gardner giving us big ups from the Bahamas, 242.
Oh, the Bahamas, man. What, you realize people just live there full time? Unbelievable. Let's see. So yes, Nostra Tota always looking for the key information, right? Yeah. Nostra Tota doesn't waste any time, right? His first comment, Pete, any updates on those rags? Heavy flowing or what? I think the answer is we're not exactly sure yet. The line hasn't moved against Minnesota, but King Rail is fading them. Now, I'm assuming that King Rail is not fading them based on just that one factor. I'm assuming it's other factors as well, right? Minnesota, of course, was significantly overvalued for a while to start the year. That was not something that took me by surprise. I was jumping all over that. I pounded the hell out of LA in that first game when I just didn't tweet it out because it was a weekend game and I just wasn't didn't want to tweet out WNBAs to start the year. But Minnesota, as you often see in many sports, the defending champion is often overvalued to start the season. That was definitely the case with Minnesota in the beginning of the year, but then recently they turned it around a bit. Still, though, probably an overvalued team in general. King Rail fading them tonight. The big debate, the big question is what's up with the two starters who are reportedly, either at some point, at some key points in their cycles. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We are not the biggest experts on female biology here, but we're trying to do our best, and we do know that King Rail is officially fading the Lynx, isn't he?
He is officially fading the Lynx. He is.
Lynx. Okay, sounds good. Let's see other comments. Marco Lu says Costa Rican internet acting up again. Is that true? Are we having a bad connection?
No, I feel like
reports on that. Reports on that.
Looking good. I'm watching it right now. You look fantastic.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just. Let's look for some other comments, and then we'll jump into it. Nick Dial, shout out to Nick Dial, said I tried to tell you guys, and that's under was the play. They can't hit for shit right now. I had under first half and under full game. Easy winners. Nick Dial, you absolutely did try to tell us. We did not listen. That's on us. That is our fault. Thank you so much.
Yeah, impressive stuff. I didn't quite get $20 back because I'm only betting half a unit on soccer, but I did get did double up on that Argentina-Nigeria game, which does help my bottom line enough.
Now, Glenn Kelly says usually they're full of energy after the rag. Something to keep in mind. How does he know that? Does Glenn Kelly know about women?
Oh, yeah.
He does? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, because we don't really,
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Glenn Kelly, giving all these people giving opinions on female biology, they don't know jack shit about female biology. But maybe, some guys do.
Glenn Kelly.
Kelly, you think so?
This guy's knee deep.
Right, okay.
Teddy B says no Lynx injuries officially on the Lynx -4 big tonight. Teddy B not quite going heads up with King Rail, but two of our sharpest WNBA cappers without a doubt.
Zigzag Man says got Mercury first half also. Okay, look, I'm on that one. I bet it. It's not a great sign that the home dog is taking money here, but the market is often wrong sometimes with these home dogs. So let's see what else.
Zach Kenkel, another very sharp WNBA capper, liking Mercury money line and Link Storm under 164.
Link Storm under. Okay, that's certainly a very interesting one. I was thinking about taking a shot with the first half over on that one, with the first quarter over on that one. Nicolas Susi says, Jimmy, did you take Argentina and both teams to score? You did.
No, I didn't take Argentina. I took over 2.5 in both teams to score.
And you had two winners, right?
Yeah, I did.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see. Other comments here. Bill Buttlicker says, hello, Pete. I got my UFC picks. Bill Buttlicker. I do as well, but the lines have moved significantly since I handicapped them. So we'll see. Well, I'll check. I'll use 5 dimes lines, or whatever 5 dimes is at that time. I'll decide if I want to give them. But yeah,
Indian Cowboy calling you a stud.
Oh shit, Indian Cowboy! Shout out Indian Cowboy. There's a guy who knows a thing or two about the Indian Cowboys. I know at least 2 women that Pete has knocked up and has illegitimate children with. What a stud! That's a joke. It's a good one. But just in 2018, you have to be clear, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want people taking a screenshot of that, posting it all around the internet, and then I get this reputation.
That won't make the poster?
It probably would enhance my reputation. Absolutely. You're right. It should go on the poster. Absolutely. All right. Let's see what else do we have. Okay, Shadow. Shadow asking his wife, thank you, says, wife said female athletes probably don't have much of a period. I mean, I do know that at a certain point, it is true that female. I'm trying to think of what I read a long time ago. That at a certain point, female athletes actually stop having their periods. I don't know whether
that's what Michael Lunday is saying. He said, I asked my friend who's a female athlete. She said many women that are major athletes end up not having a period for a few months at a time, or when they do, it may only last a day.
Man, you got to hand. It's not easy being a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. Come on, let's give them a shout out. Shout out to all the women.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's see what else do we have. Let's see other comments here. Hako Scoville says, what up, beating Jimmy on the best fucking show. I'm feeling good right now, and I'm going to be feeling even better soon because I got my magic potion here. My magic potion in the cup.
BT saying blessings to my fellow hustlers.
All right, blessings.
So we get to work.
All right, let's get to work. MLB. Let's quickly review the picks that Jim and I gave in the morning show. I gave Milwaukee run line -1 at -168. Now I bet that one on the overnight line. I got a better line, but I'm definitely happy to fade Junis and happy to fade KC. Of course, as you know, Thames is back for Milwaukee. That's nice. I took Cincinnati first 5 innings, team total over 2 minus 111. I also took the Yankees first 5 innings, team total over 2 minus 131. That's a little iffy. Obviously, there's a recency bias against how awful Arrieta has been recently. The Yankees have some injuries on offense, but they still have a nice lineup. Arrieta still looks like he might not have it. That one could lose, but I took it. And I took Colorado, San Francisco second half under 3.5 minus 120. Jim took Washington team total over 3.5. That was a loser, right, Tim?
Yes,
yeah,
it was,
tough
sadly.
one. Jim is also on Cincinnati first 5 innings, team total over 2 with me. Took Cincinnati, Atlanta over 9. He took San Diego first half money line plus 100 and Minnesota money line minus 114. The picks that I was thinking about in the morning, I am thinking about going on Texas minus 1, and that line has moved in Texas' favor. A 20% move in Texas' favor. I was also thinking about taking Cincinnati minus 1. I would have gotten a much better line in the morning show because that line has now moved significantly since the morning in Cincinnati's favor.
Yes. I'm trying to focus on the baseball talk, but more very important menstrual talk here coming in, just flowing in. First out, shout out to Hit Money, sitting next to the pool watching our show in California.
Hell
Respect.
Motherfucker has a pool.
Yeah, man.
Got a pool.
Whatever make you happy says I'm a doctor.
No shit.
Yes.
We got that. A doctor. Well. Oh shit.
Says they may not have the bleeding, but still get all the menstrual symptoms like irritability, sadness, and fatigue.
Pow, there you go. And it's the fatigue that we care about, right?
Yeah.
It's the fatigue that we care about. We don't care about the extra padding down there. That probably harms them a little bit, but they know how to deal with it. There you go. We got a doctor watching our show. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
He does. He's like, I'm a doctor. And he tells us, it's the fatigue that really matters. Obviously, the human body is a very complicated thing. Women's bodies far more complicated than men's bodies. And just because they're not actually bleeding out of their pussies doesn't mean that they're not feeling. Was that an offensive term? No, that's fine. That's fine. Is that offensive? Is that offensive? They do. All right. Anyway, the point is, yes, they might still be experiencing other physical deleterious effects that might affect their performance. Jimmy the Bag. Thinking about whether he wants to officially get offended and log a complaint with HR against me. All right, let's see.
My laundry list of complaints against you?
Let's see. All right, what else do we have here? Okay. So again, once again, yes, and here we go. Nostratota. We were wondering about this Anibal Sanchez game. Nostratota has weighed in. Anibal Sanchez laying even a penny. No thanks.
Yes, and Nostra, I get to get the inside scoops on what Nostra is on all the time, which is which should have. I mean, he's up 90 units in MLB. He thinks the most value on this whole card. Says the biggest line discrepancy based with his own numbers would tell him is the Philadelphia Phillies hold the most value on this card.
Wow, see, that's what I was thinking as well. See, I was trying to look at this MLB card with my third eye. You know, I was like looking at it and I tried to be like zoom, and I thought maybe Philly here, because at this time of year, I feel like plays that might not be jumping out of you, plays that you might have been scared to make a couple weeks ago, might start to be good plays, like KC at home against the Angels, for example. Classic example of that. I was thinking maybe Philly. That's in my leans category. Philly -1 at like plus 375.
Yes, and Arrieta has the ability to step up in a home situation. And these Yanks bats aren't as they're not as strong as we imagine them to be. Nonstop unders coming from that team right now. So, I can understand it, but Chance Briggs says Yankees run line, Yankees money line.
I mean, that's just so it's an obvious play. It might be the value play there, but it's just, it feels like, and the line hasn't moved. I might take that one. That's a very, very interesting game. 2-4 Damani says, yes, Philly bats at home. Muhammad Joma says loves Red Sox run line. That's another lean that I had in the morning show. I wanted to take the Red Sox. I just didn't understand why, with Lamb starting for the Angels and Trout with that pinky injury, that the line moved 40 cents in the Angels' favor with Price starting.
Well, let's get into that game right now, because I did end up doubling up on this game.
You did?
Yes,
okay.
I did. I ended up. My book was only offering a team total over 5.5, and I don't necessarily think that the Red Sox need to score 6 runs to win this game with Price on the mound and with their bullpen the way it is. So I decided to make a move. I'm a little more comfortable doing this with a home team rather than a road team. But I'm taking the Red Sox first 5 minus a half run and full game minus 1.5. CC Fitness saying going under 10 in the Boston game. I can understand I just took a lot of time with this game and decided that I had to make this move. Only Pujols hits Price. And neither team hits hard against lefties, but I expect the Red Sox to improve these numbers. Their batting average has improved a bit. It's now at 246 versus lefties, but still very little power to speak of, 689 OPS. The wind is blowing out in the game, and I think that will affect Lamb more than it affects Price. So I would like to lock in, and please line shop for me the best line I can get.
All right, so what do you want?
First five minus a half run.
And the Boston full game minus 1.5, the Boston run line. I'll go on it with you, Jim. I'm going to take Boston -1. It was definitely a lean of mine.
Before we do jump in, I want you to know that that this is a spot that we're against the great Goatstra. He is on the Angels.
No shit. In what way? He took the -1.5
You
or
know
something?
what? Maybe I'll just see if he's got it listed right now. But yeah, I caught it when I was coming back into work that. Let me see here. Let me get that.
Now, do you think he's just looking at this and thinking this is a no-brainer play on Boston? So obviously the move is with the Angels, just reading the market.
I think he's just looking for value, and he's got Angels money line, Angels reverse run line.
All right, we'll go against him. How does that feel, Jim?
Not
that great, but we're going to do it, right? You're going to take the +109 line.
Look at the plus EV that Nostra's got on his action. God damn, it's beautiful. Phillies money line +210. Orioles reverse run line +300. Angels money line +158. Angels reverse run line +300. Mets money line -106. Marlins money line +152.
Wow.
Reds money line +151. Royals money line +210. Jays money line +238.
Royals money line. See, that I disagree with. Case Cincinnati, I was definitely agreeing with. I think I'm going to make that one an official pick, even though I'll be getting a worse line than I could have gotten earlier. He likes the Royals, really?
He's just looking for value, and he's looking for plus EV, and he's a hell of a capper.
Let me ask you this. What big dog did he not take today? I guess he didn't take St. Louis, did he?
You're right. Let me just double check. I don't believe he took.
And that game, I don't know if that game has been rained out. But okay, Jimmy the Bag and I are making a decision here. We're going to go against the great Nostratota. Just FYI. Nostratota is on. We're trying to warn you. We tried to warn you not to fade us, not to tail us, to tail Nostratota. But we're going to do it. I'm going to take Boston -1, the money line -164, the run line +109. Jim's taking the run line at +101. And you sure you want to double up on this one? First 5 innings -0.5. Let's see. That would be +112 at BetOnline. You want that one?
I do.
All right, +112. Jim's doubling up. I'm taking it once. We're not in a good position as far as going against Nostratota, but that's okay. Let's move on. Well, let's talk about the Philly game. Interesting that Nostratota took the money line on Philly, not the alternative run line, because the alternative run line on that game.
No, he took both.
Oh, he took both. Okay,
I believe he took both here. Oh, no. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Just the Phillies money line.
Now, that's pretty telling because the alternative run line at Bet365 now is like +450. I was looking at that one. Severino against Arrieta. I was thinking Philly might be the play here.
Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable. You know, the two teams that are not helping my units and cash flow are the Yankees and the Astros. I'm going to take a step back on these teams right now. Severino did get touched, 8 hits in his last start. Is he going to become a little bit more susceptible now? Will he start feeling a little bit of arm fatigue? Tough to say. The Yankees are 14-2 when he pitches. We talked about Arrieta, 6.97 ERA in his past 4 starts. 6-8 in Arrieta's 14 starts this year. But he does like these spots. He does like these focus matches when he knows all eyes are going to be on him. So I can understand that the value there is on the Phillies. I totally get it.
All right, let's see other comments coming in, and then we're going to keep going on. Mark Lathrop says Arrieta has superior ground ball rate, so he can always get lucky. Yes, I mean, look, he's had an extended run of regression, which people were predicting a long time ago in the season. But he's still not a tomato can. Maybe he is, but I think I might take Philly here. Let's see. Scotty Rockford Eva says, "Why is Philly the play? Explain." Well, first of all, Philly also, people might not be aware of this, but statistically over the last month or so, Philly has as good of a pen as the Yankees. Philly has had a great pen over the last month or so. The Yankees, of course, have a few guys out of their formidable lineup, and it's just a massive, massive road favorite line, right? You're getting 2-1.
You're just the reason why they seem to be the play is that Jake Arrieta, Phillies at home, and they're this big of a dog. It just makes sense. If you made this bet every day for the rest of the year, you'd be way up.
And there's another comment from Anthony L. Betting into Severino is not a long-term winning proposition. Yes, Severino is awesome, but always comes with just a massive favorite line, as he is, of course, tonight. Let's see. Other comments here coming in. Eric Sniffen says, iffy, though, because Angels just can't hit lefties. Yeah, the line movement on that game makes me nervous, but I think we might come out on top here, Jimmy the Bag, against minus 110 Nostratota. Brendan Cummings says, don't fade Paxton and don't fade the Yankees. All right. He might be right there. Don't fade Paxton and don't fade the Yankees. Let me see. Kevy K says he leans San Diego. Whatever make you happy says payback spot for the Angels from that Sunday night game when they were embarrassed by Price and the Ball Sox. Okay, but the payback, if the Angels were looking for payback, they might want to come up with a little bit of a better, more reliable starting pitcher than Lamb. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Lamb was good in AAA. He might be better here. He might have a better start here. But you look like something very, very interesting coming in.
King Rail, is he talking about me here?
Who?
King Rail?
Someone saying you're the best MLB handicapper he's ever seen in his life? No.
Jimmy, the guy is a fucking drunk and lying psychopath?
Who?
He hates when others disagree with him? Is that me?
Who? The guy is man, dude ain't great. No, he's not talking about you. He's talking about he's not talking about you. He's not talking about you, Jimmy. No, he's not talking about you. Don't worry. He's not talking about you.
I don't see another Jimmy in here.
No. He's saying Jimmy, comma, the guy. He forgot to put the comma in. Commas are important. Everyone know that. Commas are important. Trust me, Jim. He's not talking about you. Chill out.
I am a drunk.
Yes. He said, Jimmy, comma. Don't worry about it. They're talking about like
no, not you, Jimmy. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Jim, come on.
Jeez, I was going to panic.
But people, use freaking commas when they're important, when they matter.
I was gonna fucking panic. I was like, oh no!
People.
I was just gonna walk home in a daze. What?
We fuck around here with grammar. In most cases, grammar is not important, but sometimes it is. Okay, if you know that a comma is key, as it was in that sentence right there,
the shit out of me.
Put the comma in.
I am a drunk.
Yes, all right.
I am a drunk.
All right. Let's get back to baseball handicapping, Jim. Yes, all right. So I think I'm gonna take. I think I'm gonna double, maybe triple, maybe quadruple up on Cincinnati here. Nostratota does like Sanchez at this line. I agree with that, and the market certainly since the morning has taken a big move in Cincinnati's favor, which is very interesting. When I put this one in my leans column, which I did at -1, Cincinnati was more funny shit. Cincinnati was plus 195 on the -1 line. Now that would be significantly less, but I think I'm going to give it anyway. I think I'm going to give Cincinnati here -1. That will be on the money line. It will be plus 131 at UWager, and the alternative run line will be probably a bit lower than it was in the morning show, and that will be, let me find it, plus 220. So not that bad, but I'm definitely not getting the plus 195 that I got in the morning show. Cincinnati -1, that's an official pick, and I'm even thinking about throwing on a Cincinnati on the team total over. I'm vaguely liking your play on the full game over, Jim. I'm just a little bit concerned. I believe it or not, I'm a little bit concerned that Harvey comes in and has another relatively strong 6-inning start.
That is possible. Yeah. That is possible. This is, I see both pitchers susceptible here. In fact, I think that you're probably right. I think that Harvey has a better chance of having a good start here than Sanchez. Yeah. And if we feel that way, are the Reds up to the play? Yeah, I just made them the play, and I think I'm going to triple up. As we know with SunTrust Field, it can be a hitter-friendly park when a pitcher is having some issues. And I'm also going to take Cincinnati on the team total over full game, which will be 4 -127 at Pinnacle. So I've added on Cincinnati -1. I've added on Cincinnati full game team total over to go along with my Cincinnati first 5 innings team total overplay, which Jim is also on. All right, let's keep a brisk. I can't keep a brisk pace. I think after all this talk, I do think that the Reds hold the value here. I really do. And you have the Reds on the -1 line? I have -1. I have team total over. I'm just trying to stack a few units here, Jim, which might be a mistake, but you know, you gotta take risks to stack units, and I'm willing to take a risk here. Fade of Anibal Sanchez. Yeah, you know, I've got the Reds first 5 team total over. I find it very difficult to bet and believe in Matt Harvey, and taking the first 5 team total over too is sort of a bet on the Reds. Full game overnight is sort of a bet. So I'm not going to triple up here.
All right. Okay. So let's see. Let's move on to some other games. A lot of interesting shit. I have to make a decision about Philly. I have a feeling that I'm going to sack up and take Philly by the end of this show. Let's see what else is going on. I'm thinking about throwing on Texas -1 as well. I was leaning that way. I bet it on the overnight line. Jim, you took San Diego on the first 5 innings, but I'm thinking that I'm not totally convinced that Biebens-Dirks is going to be any more vulnerable here than Ross. I think both these guys are vulnerable. DJ Big Boss said he liked the over in this one, and I certainly understand and moderately agree with that one, although it's a high total in San Diego. Oh, whoa, now it's up to 10.5. Whoa, that's a big line. That's a big line.
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm throwing on Texas full game -1. Texas -1 as an official pick. I did bet this one. Again, I'm going to give a worse line now than I bet it at, but that's okay. -115 on the money line at the Greek, and the run line for Texas, best line. I'm looking around, plus 165 at the Greek. So that's a small underdog line there for Texas -1. Let's move on. Toronto against Houston, a very, very interesting game. Is Nostratoda on Toronto here? Is that one of the dogs he took?
I still got it up here.
See, if he didn't take that Toronto dog. See, I'm thinking.
Yes, he did.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? This guy Baruki is a crafty lefty. Probably doesn't have huge upside going long-term in the majors, but, and of course we know Houston pounds lefties, but as I said in the morning show, a lot of these mediocre, crafty lefties, it's like that Finnegan. You remember Finnegan for Cincinnati? Yeah. A lot of times they come up and they have one or a few excellent starts, and then everyone starts to catch up with them in a major way, right? And I'm thinking that Baruki might have a little bit of an edge here. I don't know. Morton, I'm thinking he is roughly in the same start to think about fading him category as Verlander was in his last start. Maybe
they just got me, man. They just filled the prison pocket, last week was just horrible. And then because of that, I leave units on the table yesterday when that was exactly the play I should have made. But I hate that's what makes gambling so hard, is that when you lose, you don't make smarter decisions, you end up making worse decisions.
That's where they get you.
It's just deadly. It's absolutely deadly. Kevin K says, Pete, why are you backing Biebens-Dirks?
I'm not backing Biebens-Dirks. The guy's a tomato can, obviously, but I think that Ross is going to be vulnerable as well. And I think in a slug, now obviously San Diego has a better bullpen than the Rangers, but I think in a slugfest at home, you got to give the edge. If this turns into a slugfest, you got to give the edge to Texas. And I'm just not convinced that Biebens-Dirks is going to be notably more vulnerable here than Tyson Ross.
Kevin K then says, but here's the thing. If you like Padres' first 5, take them full game, because they have the edge with the bullpen.
They do have the edge with the bullpen, although I'm not sure if their bullpen edge will be as much in play here as it would be in pitcher-friendly parks. I'm vaguely disagreeing with Jim's play, but I certainly would not take Texas on the first 5 here. I'm only taking them full game.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
Isan Sofagari says, Jimmy and Pete, don't forget.
We will get to that one. We'll get to it all. Hako Schofield says, trust me, Astros run line is money. There's a trust me comment. Anthony L says he's loving the Blue Jays team totals. Best play of the day. First 5 in full game. Anthony L, I was thinking that way as well. The first 5 is 1.5. The full game is 3. I was thinking that way in Verlander's last start. Didn't just because Team Bankroll is here, I didn't have the presence of mind to give them over.
Dom Ricci, who we love, and in New York, and if this maybe helps push you in that direction, says, I'm on Philly.
Yes.
And the under. Also, Cubs money line, Mets over, Miami first 5, under in Colorado first 5, San Francisco team total over, and Braves Cubs parlay.
Oh, shit, that was a lot. Okay, let's see. Mark Lathrop also tells us strong over umpire in that Cincy Braves game. FYI. Nice. That's nice to see.
Nice to hear.
Coco Bongo says Blue Jays don't win 2 in a row against the Stros on the road. I mean, I agree it's unlikely, but you're getting a massive number here. Let's see other comments.
Goose with his Millennium play.
Okay.
Cubs money line.
Cubs money line.
Millennium MLB record sitting at 0-0. The Goose fresh out the shelter.
Yes. Michael Lunday says, Pete, why not the over in the Tex game if you think both pitchers are vulnerable? Michael Lunday, I do like the over. In the morning. I don't like to take a bad line. I should have given it at 10 in the morning. And DJ Big Boss gave it at 10 in the comment section. And I would still be leaning first 5 innings over a 5.5 if that's still available. That is a play that I put in my leans category. First 5 innings over at 5.5. Let me see see if 5.5 is still available, and it is 5.5 minus 145 at UWager and BetMania. Everyone else has 6, but yes, even at 6, that would still be a lean for me. The first 5 innings over on that game. Oakland, Detroit. Jimmy, I was thinking about a shot. This is also a game that has a play in my leans column here. I was thinking about a shot with the under on this one at 9. Montas, of course, is a guy who's been pretty good. Hardy has, mediocre, but can be okay. And I was thinking about the under here.
Interesting, because Parlay Poppy, I believe it's Parlay Poppy, is that right? No, sorry, excuse me. Teddy B says, adding on another play to my favorite plays of the night, Detroit, Oakland, over 9.
Over. No, I was looking under.
Yeah, no, I heard that. I just wanted to give you a heads up that Teddy B was very confident on the other side. We didn't really break this game down on the early show. Game time 78 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in, which will help. God, I love Comerica Park. I love this place. Have you been? It's just such a great park in Detroit.
I bet for most of my life until I got involved with sports betting, even after until I came to SBR, I barely left my room.
It's a wonderful park. I love downtown Detroit, and they really. I just absolutely love it.
I would love to live there, actually. If we ever have to go independent, let's move the whole operation to Detroit.
I'd be down, totally down.
No, I'm actually serious about it.
I'm very serious.
I'm seriously serious.
I'm not joking.
Really? You're not joking?
I'm not joking.
We'll get a massive house for $400 a month?
Yeah. Will Arsenet get another one?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. And
we'll do the old Detroit real estate flip.
You get amazing value going to Detroit games too. Like third baseline, 4 rows up for like $25, $30.
Really?
It's incredible value. Way better. I prefer the Tigers games over any Jays game always. Tigers have won 6 straight or lost. That's lost, right? What am I saying? 1. Tigers have lost 6 straight. Montes 4-1, 2.41 ERA, 1.25 WHIP through 33 and 2/3, 21 Ks, 10 walks. Produced 4 quality starts in 5 outings. He's looked very good. He's had a tough time against Detroit. I don't think that matters. I think it's one of those stats you can put a line through. He's a different pitcher right now. It's Hardy. What are we going to get from Hardy? 6 consecutive starts where he's allowed 2 runs or fewer in 5 of them. Excuse me. And but he did not look great coming in relief against Cincinnati on Wednesday. Faced 4 batters, only got 1 out. 10 career relief appearances against the A's. 1-0, 1.74 ERA. This is an A's team only hitting .229 with 688 OPS for lefties. I can understand why you would want the under here. But Chance Briggs is saying over is the play in Oak Detroit. You know what? If Chance Briggs and Teddy B weren't heavy on this over, I think I would probably tail you. Yeah. But now at this point, looking at this, I'm not. I'm hesitant just seeing how confident they are on the one side. And Parlay Poppy says Detroit isn't hitting shit. Yet Montes has been getting hit last 3. Montes hit 22 times the last 3 games. Over in last 5 of 6 on Oakland. Detroit over 5 of 7 when playing Oakland. And he says book the over.
Okay. Let me see. One quick question. Just so I'm not sure. Teddy B is saying that there's winds blowing out. I'm seeing winds blowing in at Detroit.
I have winds blowing in.
Yeah. What are you looking at? What side are you looking at? Yeah. I mean, I'm just seeing it at RotoWire and at Sports Insights and a few other places. That's interesting. Teddy B, if you wouldn't mind letting us know where you're getting your information from, son. Where you get your information from, son. I don't even like the Beastie Boys, but that's a Beastie Boy lyric right there. Yeah, over 9, I'm sorry, the wind blowing out, Teddy B. We're seeing winds blowing in. If you wouldn't mind letting us know where you're getting that information from, son, we would love it. Goose is saying Pete has had it with Goose. He doesn't give a fuck. LOL. Goose, that's not true. We got so much shit to cover. We got to cover the entire MLB card. Then we want to get into MMA, which is interesting tonight. We want to get into soccer. We want to touch on WNBA a little bit more. So, no, I have not had it with you, Goose. We just got a lot of shit to cover. And I'm trying to talk as slowly as I possibly can and still, not waste any time with my words.
Big Tone, living in Windsor, also going to Tigers game all the time. God, I love that. I love the Detroit River. I love being. God, I just absolutely love that area. Windsor,
okay, Teddy B says the Action Network is telling him that's where the wind is coming from. Thank you so much, Teddy B, for that information. I will check that right now. Right now. And let's see what else do we have here. Action Network. They're competitors of ours, aren't they?
I didn't know that.
Competitors are. We need to crush all of our competitors, Jimmy the Bag. Crush them.
We're on our way.
No. Bring them. We need to be like Rome. Crush them and then bring them in and then reward them when we come in. That's what we do. We're going to crush the Action Network, then tell them we love them, Let them be part of the empire, right? Give them some grain. All right, let's see. What else we have?
I decided not to take the Diamondbacks. There's just no value here. I want to do it, but I don't want to take them on a 1.5 run line with the way the Marlins have been playing. So I decided that this was a game I was humming and hawing over. I want to back Godley, but surprised that he's this big of a favorite on the road. I guess it's just because of Hernandez pitching on the other side, the Rule 5 draft pick out of Houston, but I am off. I'm off the Diamondbacks and not making a play on that.
Okay, all right. So let's see. What else do we want to get to? What else do we want to discuss here? The Cleveland-St. Louis game, is that actually going off? Because I thought that it was going to get rained out. Is that game going off? Because if that's going off, I'm going to maybe throw some play. No, I'm still up now. I'm seeing rain, light rain, light rain. Is that game going off or
I
not?
believe so. Let me double check.
Yeah. What does the Action Network say? Check that out. No, let's see. No,
I believe it's all good, though.
Yeah. No, it says, I'm seeing here, likely to be delayed or rained out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, I'm thinking about under normal circumstances, St. Louis first 5 innings team total under would be a no-brainer play. But I don't want like Kluber to go 2 innings, and then they pull him, and then who knows what the hell happens after that. So I guess I'm going to pass on that one. Let's see, what else do we want to discuss here? Any other games before we move on to the other stuff here, Jim? Cubs, Dodgers. I'm going to pass on that one for now. It's a late game. If I have a play on that one, I will tweet it out. Lester against Stripling. Both of those starting pitchers are, of course, doing great right now.
Just faced each other last week. Lester held the Dodgers to 5 hits in the scoreless outing. You had both team total unders in the first 5 there, and we're very close to catching them both. Still got the 1. Stripling gave up 3 runs, which is what cost you on 8 hits with 7 strikeouts over 6 innings. Stripling's so excited about getting this rematch. Thinks he didn't pitch well last week. Wants to give them a good start. Lester 9-2, 2.10 ERA, 1.09 WHIP. I don't remember him looking this good in a long, long time. Pitched at least 6 innings in 7 consecutive starts. Has a 1.67 ERA over his last 12 outings. Stripling also pitching well. Dodgers are hitting 234, 732 OPS versus lefties. Cubs are hitting 257, 751 OPS overall. And Parlay Poppy says, love the under Cubs Dodgers.
Yeah, I hear you. Coco Bongo says, you don't like the Beasties? Well, it's not that I don't like them. It's just that, like, when I was growing up, I knew chicks who would, like, stalk their parents' houses, who, like, found out their parents' houses because they were so obsessed with those guys. But, no, they're fine. I like the Beastie Boys. They're fine. All right, so let's see. What else do we want to get to? I have to think about some of these. Let's go over it once again, the card. Once again, Seattle, Baltimore, quick hitters. Seattle, Baltimore, Jim and I are both passing on that one, right, Jim? We haven't talked about that one. That's just, I don't want to fade Paxton. I don't want to bet on Seattle here, though. That's a fade. The Yankees and Philly. I have taken the Yankees first 5 innings team total over, but you know what? I will take Philly here. What should I do? Money line, or should I go for the big score, baby? Big score, baby. What do you think? -1, or should I take the because then they're going to have to win by 2, which I guess is, sure, that's possible. Sure, that's possible. All right, I'll go for the big score, baby. I'm going to take Philly -1. The money line here, the best money line. Oh, it's actually headed down a little bit from the morning. In the morning show, it was up around over 200. Now the best line is at UWager and Bet365 +200, and the -1.5 alternative run line at Bet365 will be. Let me find it. Big score here. Bet365 +450. So I'm going for a big score here. Philadelphia -1, and I did also take the Yankees first 5 innings team total over. Pittsburgh Mets, we're both passing on that one, Jim. I was thinking about a shot with the over, but I don't know. I feel like I don't have a great read on the Mets totals right now, so maybe I should hold off. Are the Mets starting to do better offensively?
They are.
Is that what's going on here?
They are. They woken up a little bit. I mean, we talked about how atrocious they were before that 6-game run where they scored about as many runs as they had in the previous 18 games. I have a tough time figuring out Chad Kuhl. That's the main problem here.
I think he's going to be vulnerable here. I'm going to take Pittsburgh second half -130. Second half -130. That was a play that I bet. It was in my leans column, and I will take that one as well. Yeah, and Kuhl, the Mets first 5 innings team total over. I know it's a little bit weird, and it just feels weird to take Mets team total overs, but I think Kuhl might be vulnerable here. The Mets first 5 innings over 2 -104 might be worth a shot.
Parlay Poppy says Mets get smashed
Mets
by Pirates. Check it out. But Twatty Latte's on the Mets under, and he knows these totals very well in Pittsburgh.
He really does. Yeah, the first 5 innings the first 5 innings over at 4.5 is tempting. Twatty Latte likes the under on the game, does he?
Yeah, and Dom Ricci says you're the only gambling Buddhist in 2,000 years.
Yeah. That's right. No, but people don't know. Buddhist was a joker, and again, Buddha had a good sense of humor. People don't know about him. He even like dabbled in slapstick and puns. I mean, the guy did it all. Sure. All right, let's see. Arizona, Miami. Are we passing on this one, Jim?
Yeah, I want to take Godley here. I think Arizona is in a spot. I think Godley has value right now, but everybody does.
Yeah.
And now there's no value. So I do not want to take a road favorite, this big of a favorite, when I don't think they should be this big of a favorite.
Yeah.
Marlins have treated me very, very good in the last 3 days to the tune of about, $1,600?
Yeah. All right, Boston. Once again, Jim and I going directly against -110 Nostra Tota. I'm playing it safe. I'm just taking Boston -1. Jimmy the Bag going for it, doubling up, taking Boston on the run line and the first 5 innings -0.5, going directly against -110 Nostra Tota, and also going directly against whoever the hell it was that bet this line down 30 cents. Even with Lamb starting at the market. It opened at +184 at Pinnacle. Now it's down to +153. So someone with some sway or big money pounded the hell out of the Angels, and we're going against him. Oakland, Detroit. I'm definitely leaning under. What happened?
It's because of him.
Yeah, I mean, look at that guy. You know, he grew up in Laguna Hills, right? The guy just has no worries in life. He's just chilling. He probably has parents rich as hell. Probably grew up in a mansion. You know what I'm saying?
I can't get enough of this guy.
Probably grew up in Laguna Beach.
Oh my God, I fade this guy every day of the week.
Two suspensions for pot, and he's just like, or two busts for pot. Got suspended 50 games. He's like, yeah, bummer. You know what I mean?
Guy.
I would love to get an interview with this guy and be
Look
like,
at this guy.
How did you feel about being suspended for 50 days? He was like, wasn't cool, but I was hanging tough and hanging cool in Laguna Beach for 50 days. No big deal. All right, so Detroit and Oakland, I was leaning under, Teddy B leaning over, and a little bit of uncertainty whether
Not
the wind
just
is
Teddy
blowing.
B, but it was Chance Briggs as well.
Yes, and the market has also made a 15-cent move in favor of Oakland as well. Atlanta, Cincinnati. Jim and I are both fading. And the line has moved even further in favor of. Oh no, actually that's not true. Jim and I both fading Atlanta here. Jim's taking a Cincinnati first 5 innings team total over. I'm tripling up. Cincinnati first 5 innings team total over. Cincinnati team total over and -1. And Jim is also taking the over on that game. And Mark Lathrop informs us that there is a big over trending up in that game as well. San Diego, Texas. Jim and I are going a little bit head-to-head. Jim's taking San Diego first 5 innings. I'm taking Texas -1. And I would also have a lean to the first 5 innings over, despite the fact that the total is 6 right now. Lynn and Lopez, White Sox. Jim took Minnesota on the money line at -114. Nice job, Jim. A small 6, 7, or 8 cent market move in your favor. Now -121.
You know what? I like Lance Lynn. Yeah. He's a bully. He's got this swagger. He just doesn't give. I feel like he's going to pitch well for the rest of the year. It looks like he's got over his blister issues, and that was what was really holding him back. And I believe in him. Okay. I believe him. Drew Daddy says currently at the gym right now, and instead of listening to music, I'm listening to Loshak and The Bag.
Yeah.
Best show ever.
Hell yeah.
Much
at the
love,
gym.
Drew Daddy.
That's a guy who takes care of his body. We should start hitting the gym once in a while. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck it. It's, you got to do what's appropriate for you in life, and maybe the gym is not appropriate.
I've fallen apart over the last 9 months down here, man. And I carry all my weight in my tits, and just getting bigger and bigger by the day.
I wonder if Drew Daddy is natty, or if he hits himself up with a little bit of trenbolone here and there. I wonder.
If he was hitting trenbolone, he would be listening to hard music.
Definitely. Shout out to Drew Daddy listening to us while working out at the gym. Drew Daddy, don't ignore legs, okay? Don't ignore. Some people do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drew Daddy's like, I think I'm gonna skip leg day. Drew Daddy, don't skip leg day. I know you're listening. Don't act like you're not listening. Drew Daddy, don't skip leg day, and don't skip cardio. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Jimmy.
Right,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
I guess I do.
Yeah.
Scotty Rock, this is such an important point that should be remembered all the time when don't look at the wind blowing out in San Francisco because it swirls there. So you'll see 16 mile per hour blowing out, 18 mile per hour blowing out. It does not work that way. Predictions guy saying, are you lactating, Jimmy? Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, let's see. KC Milwaukee. I did take a shot with Milwaukee -1. I understand that Nostra Tota is on the other side. I understand why that would be. I'm thinking Junis might be vulnerable here, and I'm also thinking about doubling up on this one, taking Milwaukee, maybe first 5 innings, team total over, maybe the full game, team total over as well. And I think I might throw that one on there. I just think like Milwaukee, their offense is coming alive a little bit, isn't it?
It is. The move, having both Thames and Aguilar in the lineup is a huge boost. Just power, big boys. I wanted to do it too, but I was like, man, am I going to take I had both the Diamondbacks and the Brewers as plays I wanted to make, but do I want to take these teams where you almost have to take them on the run line to get cash?
Yeah. All right. I will. I don't know if this is a smart thing to do, but I'm going to take. Can the Brewers hit right now? Are they having okay offense? How are they doing right now?
I like their offense. As I said, having both Thames and Aguilar in the lineup. I mean, that's a big bat. Those are big boy bats in that lineup. You know.
All right, I'm gonna double up. I'm gonna take Milwaukee on the full game team total over 4.5 minus 109. 4.5 minus 109. That's right. The line right now at
Drew Daddy said you called him out, man. He's just moved over to the legs.
There you go. There you go. That's a guy who's just doing what he should be doing what he knows is the right thing. Absolutely. There you go, Drew Daddy taking care. So it's just the right thing to do.
Let's go over this Milwaukee game because I think. I like this spot for them, obviously. What are you not taking? You're only taking the team total over?
Which one? Milwaukee?
Milwaukee?
No, I'm taking a -1. I took them in the morning show. I bet them on the overnight line. Got a much better line than I got in the morning show, which I gave out.
What would I get -1.5 right now?
Would be like -115 or something like that. David Morrissey loves Milwaukee 1.5.
Yeah. Jesus. What do you think of that play -1.5? Do you think that's too risky?
-1.5. What do I think? And actually, you know what? I just checked Bet365. They have the over 4.5 -105. So I'm going to take that one. Over 4.5 -105 at Bet365. I was actually hoping to get a 4 at like -150 somewhere, which probably does exist. Don't have time to line chop the team total, so I'm taking that one. What was your question, Jim?
Brewers run line.
I mean, you know, I'm on it. I took a -1. I bet him at a better line. I got it when it was like under 200. Now it's up to, -220 or so.
Everybody coming in liking Milwaukee today.
Yeah. You know, what can I tell you, Jim? I doubled up. You're going once again on the opposite side of Nostratoto, which is not necessarily a place you want to be, right?
Freddie Peralta making his first start at Miller Park. Do you think he's going to be too jacked up?
He's got a live arm. Anything can happen here. These are major league players. That's what you don't want to forget. And that's what Nostratoto does so well. It's like Casey, they're an ass team, but they're still major league players, and you're putting them in a 1-9 inning game and giving them 2-1. A lot of times there's just value there.
What's your expectation of Junis here?
I think my expectation is he gets hit. You know, he's a guy who was doing well, and now he's clearly regressing, and maybe he's just like everything's off for him. He could be. Right. I don't know if he's injured.
My man Ralph saying, I love the Brewers run line. Don't think about it too much. Okay, give it to me.
You want it? You're sure? Yeah. All right, the Brewers run line, that would be -109 at Pinnacle. So we're going to give you Milwaukee -109, Milwaukee run line -109 at Pinnacle. Now let's talk about the Toronto-Houston game. I want to take a shot with first 5 innings over, maybe the full game over, and maybe these low Toronto team totals to fade Morton. I mean, Morton did continue to have control issues in his last start, but overall, he still didn't give up runs, found a way out of it. You know, what's the deal with Morton right now, in this spot?
Yeah, and Twadi says, I actually was very unimpressed with Peralta.
Okay.
Interesting.
Still, I would give the edge to the Milwaukee lineup anyway. So
easily.
So, if it turns into a shootout and Peralta gets hit, all right, I'm taking Milwaukee. This is a big decision for me here. Toronto, Houston. I'm leaning first 5 innings over. I'm leaning full game over. I'm leaning Toronto -1, and I'm leaning Toronto first 5 innings and full game team total overs as well, which would just be 1.5 and 3. Other people were saying no way Toronto beats Houston 2 games in a row.
Anthony L loving those Blue Jays team totals. He's a very sharp capper. I'm still gun shy from what the Astros did to me last week, man. Marty Muerte says Astros run line. I think Morton has a good game.
Kevy K says, Pete, that's not the line. What are you talking about? What's not the line? What's not the line? Kevy K, I always try to give up to the second lines. What's he talking about, Pete? That's not the line. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm looking at it right now. I assume he's talking about Milwaukee -1.5, -109 at Pinnacle. Yes, that's the line I'm seeing right now. Okay, let me see.
I was also very, very close to making the Indians team total over a bet, and I decided not to. And let me just talk it out quickly and see what you think of it. I got talked off of Martinez last start. I did it to myself again this week because I think if Martinez does pitch well, it should be in this situation at home against a team who rarely, if ever, sees him, and against Corey Kluber. I think that all these things set up for Martinez to pitch better, and it took me off of the team total over. What do you think about that spot?
This game, I think the rain is going to affect it. I'm just going to pass. I'm just passing on this game.
Okay.
I'm just passing. I have to make decisions here with Toronto, Houston, and
Kevin K says, sorry, Pete, the Brewers run line was plus money at one point, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, no, was plus money. When I bet it on the overnight line, I did get plus money.
Mark Lathrop saying, if you want to fade Morton, take the Jays first 5, team total over 1.5, best value to do it.
Right, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about that, and the question is, the Blue Jays bats are okay if he's having some control issues again, right? But what's up with Morton? And in the meantime, that one it does appear to be headed down. It's 1.5 plus 101 at Pinnacle right now. The line does appear to be headed down.
Isaiah saying late line movement on Toronto and Philly.
Yep, I already took Philly -1.
Triple Beam says Pete's accuracy in lines is absolutely renowned.
Oh yes, I do my. Oh no, now it's up to 1. All right, I'm going to take it. I'm going to go for it, Jim. Look, if I lose, it's just 1 unit. 1.1 units is now 1.5 minus 108. Toronto first 5 innings team total over 1.5 minus 108. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Team total over 1.5. Current line at Pinnacle minus 108, and the full game over is just 3.
Oh, Charles Stark joined us. Damn, sorry, I almost missed that. Thank you for. If it wasn't for Hill Country thanking Charles Stark, I would have missed that. Awesome, Charles Stark. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
All the way from
Japan.
All the way from Japan. Man. God, do they know their porn? Stark rating totals. WNBA. New York, Phoenix over 160.
There you go. I like that one too. I bet that one. I got it at 158.5. Thank you very much.
Last time went for just 154, but New York pushed a good pace, getting up 75 attempts. New York should bounce back from just 54 points versus LA. Phoenix should roll also.
Charles Stark. There you go. Charles Stark. I was also leaning Phoenix team total overs, and that reminds me, Jim, we should probably get to that because it does start in 10 minutes, Jim.
It does,
all right.
Yes.
So let's do that. I've added on the Toronto first half team total over 1.5 minus 108. I'm just going to stick with that for now. Anything I'm liking in the games after 7 o'clock that I want to make sure that I get to, I will tweet out. All right, so let's get to a WNBA. Let's quickly jump to WNBA. Once again, Jim and I both gave Minnesota on the first half -4, and that is now pretty much right where we gave it. I did give I gave Phoenix first half and first quarter, and I was also thinking about overs. I wanted to give overs in this one. I wanted to give Phoenix team total overs. I wanted to give like the first quarter and first half over. I totally agree with Charles Stark on his take. Wow, it's now up to 160 or 160.5. I bet it at 158. Damn, I wanted to get okay. Bet 365 still has 81 minus 115. I'm gonna take the Liberty first half over. 81 minus 115. That's the current line at Bet365. First half over. Let me see what the first quarter over is, which is it's 41 or 40.5. I did take a shot with that one as well. And you know what? All right, I will take that one. Liberty first quarter. Although the Phoenix can play pretty tight defense, and I'm not sure if I want to take a. Let me just look at the Phoenix team totals for now because I definitely wanted to give those. Phoenix first. Wow, it's up to 41.5 there. I got 41 when I bet it. That's no good. I would have liked to have gotten 41. Let me just quickly check the odds here. Any comments coming in, Jim?
Yeah. Yes. Not that much about the WNBA. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah. Just anything that's coming in. Anything coming in.
Yeah, CC Fitness did take the Cleveland over 7.5. Martinez been awful since coming off the DL. St. Louis should put up a few. I can understand that, but I'm hesitant. King Rail is here with his action now. Phoenix first half in full game. Mystics money line first half.
Mystics money line first half. Okay, the line has moved in Mystics direction. Again, I did take a Phoenix first half and first quarter, so I'm agreeing with King Rail there.
And Storm plus 7.5.
Storm plus 7.5. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna take Phoenix. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do here. Hold on one second. Let me just check this out. Let me just see what we got going on here.
Twatty talking about the Rockies numbers against Holland. I was looking at that too, but I don't know why I didn't just jump on that. It's a late game, so why don't we handle this first and we'll get to that.
All right, I'm taking the Phoenix first quarter team total over, which they do have at Heritage and Pinnacle and other places. 20.5 minus 115. That's at Heritage. I would be also leaning first quarter over. I'm just a little bit nervous that Phoenix might play clampdown defense, so I'm not sure if I'd want the full first quarter over, but I'm going to take the first quarter team total over 20.5 for Phoenix, and I would also be leaning up the first half over as well, which I will take, which is going to be, I got it at 41. Now it's 41.5. Phoenix. So I'm doing it again. I'm quadrupling up on Phoenix team total overs, which I did or Phoenix overs, which I did in the Minnesota game and got burned by it. But I'm going to take it here. Phoenix first half team total over 41.5 minus 115.
Wow, both Dion and the Truth are on the Storm money line.
Wow,
for
really?
A big score there. And then Jason Campbell, Wings plus 10.
Really? Yes, I took the Sparks first half minus 5. That's now gone up a half point or a point. It's 5.5 or 6 at places. Connecticut and Washington. King Rail likes Washington to start. I can certainly understand that. The line has gone in Washington's favor. I was thinking about overs in this one, and let me see. Let me just check my.
Wow! Not only that, but King Rail says I took Storm money line, but not giving that out as an official pick. Just a bet. And Native Queen.
No shit.
Finally.
Huge shout out to Native Queen.
Huge we have missed you. And it's so wonderful to see you back. Says with you, Pete, on that 20.5 slam that.
Yes. Mercury. I'm just because if it does go under, it might be because Mercury plays clampdown defense, wins the first quarter like 22-12 or something like that. I was also looking at the first quarter over in the Connecticut and Mystics game, but that one I got at 42. Damn it, and that's now 42.5. Those half points really matter in WNBA team total in WNBA totals on quarters. I bet it at 42 at Heritage, and now it's up to 42.5. I don't know if I want to give that one. And I'm also liking the first quarter over in Seattle and Minnesota. At 41, I bet that one as well. And I was thinking about so King Rail really liking Seattle here, or at least liking it enough to feel confident enough to fade it and take it on the money line.
So did we get the information on what's going on with the links? Is that because I have not bet that first half -4 yet that I've made it an official pick? Is that something that you would be very hesitant?
Oh, I would definitely be hesitant to do that. Look, I gave the pick. I'm going to roll with it now. It's just that if there these reports of period issues, Jim, some heavy, pretty much the heaviest hitters we know are taking the Storm.
Yeah.
Although King Rail didn't say first half, did he? Just full game.
I believe that is the case.
I'm not gonna pull my pick, but I'm expecting it to lose.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. I'm not going to pull my pick, but I'm expecting it to lose. All right. I will hold off just on that one. The Connecticut Mystics game, man, I would love to take the first half over as well. And you know what? I will. I'll take the bookmaker and Intertops line. I'm going to take the Washington first half over at 84 minus 115. First half over 84 minus 115. That one also makes me a little bit nervous because the total opened very, very high, 174, got bet all the way down to a 170. And so a big market move favoring the under in Connecticut and Washington. But, these teams tend to play a very high score in Connecticut. Of course, what happened?
Sorry, King Rail says, I'd like -4 first half, Jimmy.
No shit.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Well, I mean, if it's a fatigue issue,
right,
then it would affect them in the second half.
There you go. Absolutely. And there you go. Mark Rail says any fatigue requires a full game wager. Huge shout out to King Rail says I like -4 first half, Jimmy. That's what I was thinking about. And also, Minnesota, if they are a team with a little bit of the champions complacency, you want to take them early and then fade them with the big underdog lines on the full game. Let's see. Any other comments coming in?
Parlay Poppy's going to blind Tail King Rail with the Storm plus 7.5. Which I can understand. Seeing all you guys make all this cash is the reason why I've begun to cap it. And I did cap these games in the afternoon, but I'm just at the listening and studying point right now.
Every King Rail comment on WNBA, I start hearing the intro to that Avenged Sevenfold song in my head. Which Avenged Sevenfold song? Let's find that song. Maybe I'll link to it and maybe we'll try to find a way to play that audio here. Anthony L, let us know that Avenged Sevenfold song. Christopher Carter says, I trailed you Rail on Sunday, put them in, went to get froyo with the wife, and bam, winners. Amazing. There you go. Froyo with a wife, man.
Froyo.
That is an experience I have never had in life.
Froyo.
I mean, it sounds fun.
I guess.
Froyo with a wife.
I would just go right
bam,
to my tits, though.
Yes,
seriously, man.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, dude. All right, let's see. What else do we have? All right, Dion Davis says Mercury will cover. I hope you're right. Let's see. And if I have any second half plays, I will put them on. All right. So once again, these are the NBA plays I've added. Washington, first half over 84. Liberty, first half over 81. Phoenix, first quarter, team total over 20.5. Phoenix, first half, team total over 41.5. And in the morning show, I gave Phoenix first quarter -1, first half -2. Minnesota, first half -4. And LA Sparks, first half -5. Don't know if that's a good play once again. LA's playing with revenge. They're probably the best team in the league right now, and they went into Dallas, got absolutely blown the fuck out 2 games ago by 30 points. You got to think they have revenge on their minds here. You got to think they'll be able to do it. I gave it at -5, and I bet it, and it's now up to 5.5 or 6 at bookmakers. So that's nice to see. So a collection of WNBA plays here, Jim.
Yeah, I'm just making the one. I'm going to be very, very slow moving forward. But I'm jumping in, man. I've seen you guys make that bank, and I'm going to jump in.
All right, let me do a quick save here, and then we'll jump into a MMA. We can throw the MMA record up there. You got that? Yeah, you got that record, Larry? MMA record, not bad. I've had I kicked, this is from 2017 and 2018. 2017, I kicked ass. 2018, I'm about even. I'm actually a little bit down in 2018 in MMA, but there you can see overall 2017, 2018, not a bad record in MMA, and I'm coming off of I just get burned like everyone else on some of these big favorite lines.
Just before we jump into it, a really nice line by King Rail saying, "Thanks goes to Pete. He is the reason I capped WNBA."
Oh my God. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. King Rail, you're going to make this capper cry. You're going to make this capper cry, King Rail. Thank you so much. I can't handle compliments like that. I can't handle that kind of intense love. Thank you so much, King Rail. You're going to make me cry. Now let's jump into MMA.
Yes.
Of course, it was requested. All right, let me pull up the lines because these lines move like a bitch. 5 dimes I'm going to use, whatever the lines are. Let me see where they are. Where are these lines? This was requested that we cover it. I love it, handicapping MMA. The problem is that there's no totals for these lines. Now, Antonina Shevchenko is Shevchenko's, I believe she's her older sister, right? Valentina Shevchenko's older sister. And, the presumption is that she's just a beast, but there's no way I can bet her at -1250. Just can't do it.
Yes. Let me, do you mind if I read out this? First off, Bill Butler's UFC picks: Karan, Emmers, Rebello, Shevchenko, and Tweedy. You know what? This is, I love Clint's breakdowns. They're great. And do you mind if I just quickly read
go
them
ahead.
up?
Go ahead. Please read them.
For the Tuesday night contenders to spots, I like our Emery at -260 and Shevchenko at -1000. I always laugh when Pete talks about line moving 30 or 40 cents. MMA lines put that to shame regularly.
Put it to shame. Put it to shame regularly.
You got to realize in MMA, the early lines are massively important. Antonina opened at -400. I parlayed her with Jamal, who opened at -155 for even money. That's his only play on this card. In the Tuesday night contender series, you get lesser known people, and you can always determine how well their skills will match up. Or you can't always determine how well their skills will match up, so you got to grab the picks you find before they get steamed up. Jamal moved from -155 to -260, and rightly so. I think this is a matchup. He is more well-rounded fighter, and I was using him to make the Antonina line playable. At -400, I think she's basically free money. Antonina 5-0 going up against a girl who's 7-3, who really hasn't fought anybody noteworthy. She's a younger sister of Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko, who's 15-3 against the top contenders in UFC, with 2 of those 3 losses coming to current champion Amanda Nunes, both by decision, and Nunes mostly KOs people. I know that Antonina is not Valentina, but usually when you see siblings in MMA, the younger one of the two is much more rounded earlier in their career. A good example, Sergio Pettis, the younger brother of Anthony Pettis, who is very close, if not getting the next title shot in his division. I think we can expect Antonina to be very polished compared to a lower-level jobber-type fighter and win an easy decision, if not get the finish. Sadly, because of the line move, I cannot recommend playing her at this point because she's -100, now -1250.
Yeah.
Even parlaying her is still laying a lot on a 2-fight parlay, but that's what I got.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's who wrote that?
That's Clint and Americ. The
Wow.
guy who made the pictures of us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, isn't he great?
Nice. That's a motherfucker who knows how to write a paragraph or two about MMA.
Yeah, he's a huge asset to the Low Bag family. We love you so much, Clint. Remember, he's the guy who went to his first Arizona Coyotes game, or Phoenix Coyotes game, Arizona Coyotes game after getting into hockey through our breakdowns and through our big season. He's a great guy, and I love him.
Listen, I mean, if he's saying, look, so he's saying that if you could get Shevchenko at minus 400, take him. Yes, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But there's just no way I can give it there. And I'm concerned. Bill Buttlicker's picks seem to be on the opposite of me. What were Buttlicker's picks again? Just slowly.
My man Bill Buttlicker's on Caron.
Yeah, I was on Williams. I took Williams. I took it at minus 110, though. Now it's up to minus 160, but he likes Caron, which might be the play at plus 140 now. What else?
Emmers?
Yes, I would agree with that one, except not sure I want to take it at the line. As he said, that line just exploded up 100 points. Yes.
Rebello?
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Rebello's a guy who is fighting to get back into the sign back into the UFC, and this is probably his last chance. Again, though, when I first saw it, it was like I think it was like minus 400 or something like that, and I was thinking about giving that as a pick. Now it's up to minus 600. It probably does still have value at minus 600, but I can't, in good conscience, make that an official pick. And then you like Tweedy, right?
And Shevchenko.
Yeah, but he liked Tweedy, right?
Yes.
See, I liked Edwards, and I got him at plus 125. Now it's minus 120, so I beat a line move there, but he likes Tweedy. Why does he like Tweedy?
Yeah, and Scotty Rock wants to know why he likes Caron. So I'm sure that Bill Buttlicker is sweating away on the keys right now, giving us that information.
I mean, Tweedy, he's only had one fight over the last 2 years, right? And it was over a crappy fighter. He got an easy decision, but so one fight over the last 2 years, and it was a crappy fighter. Maybe there is reason to. It's hard to find archival footage of these guys, but I thought that Edwards was a good play as an underdog, and the recent line move has backed that up. But now I'm not sure if I want to give it at minus 120. I'd still be leaning Edwards, though. Even at minus 120, I'm concerned. Why would Bill Buttlicker be liking Tweedy? Does he say?
Not yet. We're just hanging, staring, waiting for the name Bill Buttlicker to be on the screen and just not getting it yet.
I mean, both these guys are they're pretty green, and they're facing off against they're probably facing the best competition that they faced in their careers, which is why I liked a shot with Williams anyway. Like I was leaning, I gave a slight lean to Williams as in the skills department, and I also thought that there's a lot of unknowns which would probably tend to favor the dog. So I was going to give it at plus 125, but now that he's a favorite, I'm not exactly sure. What do you think, Jim?
I think that the line movement on that one fight is telling you that you should be confident in that play. It's not good. Not good going against a Bill Buttlicker.
Yeah.
And Scotty Rock says he's typing away, and Mystic Oakser says sweating away at the keyboards. I don't think we're going to hear from Bill Buttlicker.
You don't think so?
I think he's. I don't know. I think something's gone terribly wrong.
I mean, it's just Williams is a guy who, one of these guys who's looked good against low level competition, right? He's only lost once. It was when he got caught against a quality fighter, and I was just thinking that
with these crazy, this is again from Clint. With these crazy lines, Parisian might be a decent play. Both guys are sluggers, have win losses by KO. Plus 375 is juicy for a brawl.
Yeah. My only concern with Williams is that he did get caught once, so he could get caught again here. He has a chin that's maybe a little bit.
Bill Buttlicker says, "I'm trying to type." Okay, he's coming. Bill Buttlicker, and then a hero comes along. All right, Bill Buttlicker, let's hear it.
That was a good one, Jim. That was I can imagine. I'm trying. How do you? I bet you he types like Baba Booey, like one finger, one. No, I'm sure he's a smooth typer. He seems like a sharp guy. I'm just thinking that Williams. I don't like his chin necessarily, but I'm not sure that just Caron seems very green, and not sure he has the power to challenge him. And I'm just kind of liking Williams. And Edwards, but I don't like the fact that Bill Buttlicker. I mean, obviously Bill Buttlicker has reasons, right? He's not pulling this shit out of his ass.
No, he's just fucking with us for sure.
You think so? What'd he say?
Lamaya Syed says he has a round Japanese keyboard, so it's gonna take us a little longer. Coco Bongo says this show cracks me up when I have a shit day.
All right.
We love you, Coco Bongo.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm getting shit lines relative to where I bet them and where I wanted to give them. But as we mentioned, these MMA lines move a ton, and especially with small markets like these. I mean, these will move like a mile. But I will take it. I will take Williams over Corona Williams at minus 160. And I will take Edwards at minus 120. Now, obviously, I need both of them to win then to cash. But, if they split, and I have to, eat a half unit and loss or something, that'll be okay. I bet Edwards at plus 125, and I bet Williams at minus 110. So, if I split, I'll break even on my personal bets. I'll lose a little on my official picks, but I will take that one. Jordan Williams to beat Tim at minus 160, and then Edwards to beat Tweedy at minus 120. Those are two official MMA picks for me. If I eat losses on those, that's okay. That's okay. As long as I split, I'll be all right. And I might not have bet them if I had to take them at these lines, but I will give them as official picks.
Yeah, I hear you. Bill Butler says Quran has heavy hands. That's what we're waiting for. 4 words. 4 words. Was he Mutt Beast?
He just seems awkward when he throws strikes. I did find some footage on him. He just seems a little bit of awkwardness. I mean, Williams, that's the big issue here. The big issue is, Williams has gotten caught once in his career, and can he get caught? Can he get caught again? Yeah, of course, easily. Williams looks like he doesn't have a great chin, and so that's a vulnerability against any MMA fighter, even one without power. But yeah.
Bill Butler says, sorry, I can't help it. This is 4 words.
What did he say?
If Quran is on, his striking is crisp.
Okay.
Now, he's having a tough time at the old computer because he spelled striking wrong, but I mean, it's a rush. He says, I think he'll get the finish.
Okay.
And Anna Marek says, can't wait for UFC 226, guys. Let me know if you want me to chime in.
Of course.
We do.
Of course.
We do. We love what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No, Bill Butler typed a paragraph, but YouTube won't allow me to send.
I will definitely say that I bet these bets small, and that on the contender series, my confidence in my analysis is way less than it would be on a major main card. You know what I'm saying? But I did bet him, and I did beat the line moves, and I did bet him small. So we'll see. But all right, so there you go. I'm going directly against Bill Butler on 2 of these plays. And did Andy Marak said his only play was Shevchenko? Who else did he say he liked?
Yes. Sorry, let me get back to his goods. He's He parlayed Shevchenko and Emery.
Okay. Oh, and Emmers, you mean?
Emmers,
yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Well, I think he's right. I think that's great. I don't want to give Emmers at minus 280, but I think he did a great call, a great bet, and he definitely beat the line moves, which is awesome. All right. What's so funny?
Johnny Redbeard, man, I love this guy. He says, just wanted to shout out, fellas, always listening to the show, just not chatting as much. Stupid work, and then maybe the most important comment of all time. I think it was. Truly, I think it's the best comment of this show from us was when you said, let the tranny talk stay.
Yes, absolutely. And he loved it, right? Did he just shout that out?
Yeah.
He just shouted that out. Where is that?
Let the tranny talk stay.
And
you said it with such force.
Yes.
Oh, and it was just very, very important.
I said it like I was fucking Steve Jobs, like I was the CEO of the company, and I looked at all of my employees and said, the tranny talk stays. Bam, done. No one would dare question my authority on that one.
Yeah,
remember that one, Jim?
Oh, I do. How could I forget tranny talk, man?
Like I was a fucking dickhead asshole Steve Jobs CEO sitting here with my hands like this, and I go, the tranny talk stays, and everyone knows who's the alpha. Me.
Yeah, man, because you're working your legs, man, because you work your legs. Lamar Williams says, Pete and Jimmy, I love this show. You guys rock. We love you, Lamar Williams.
All right, let's quickly get to World Cup. Once again, anyone who watched our video with Team Bankroll in the afternoon show yesterday, that was an awesome show. We handicapped a whole bunch of games, including the Wednesday games and the Thursday games. That was in the second half of the afternoon show yesterday on Monday. You can go rewatch that if you want to get their analysis, their in-depth analysis.
But Alex has just joined our chat.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, he's just joined our chat.
All right.
So let's get into it.
Let's quickly, we're going over, but that's okay. Let's quickly talk about the World Cup matches that go tomorrow. I'm just bringing up the schedule to refresh my memory. Which one is it?
I think
on Wednesday?
there's a ton of value in a I don't, there's nothing that's easy, but my God, do I think that Switzerland Costa Rica game, I think it's a Switzerland to nil situation, an under situation. You pick an exact score. I think I might go with a 1-0 situation. I really think that Switzerland Costa Rica is a chance for us to make cash. Serbia versus Brazil, over 2.5 might be in the cards. Mexico, Sweden, both teams to score. And I need South Korea to lose badly, so I get the South Korea bottom of the table. Bobby Robinson says, stayed off soccer today, going with Brazil tomorrow. Very interesting. Need for tits. So Alex is with us, saying nice things about me on fire on soccer. I'm not. Who is on fire is Alex and the guys from Team Bankroll. So
both Natalie and Alex like Brazil, Serbia over 2.5.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. I have all their picks right here.
Okay, please, can you remind us?
Both Natalie and Alex like Brazil, Serbia over 2.5. That was one that Alex really liked. Natalie immediately jumped on Switzerland, right? Just to win on the three-way, about -140 or so. That seems like it's a good play. She didn't want to touch the under or anything like that. And if you want to, add a little bit more to your bankroll, maybe take a shot, as Jim said, with Switzerland to win to nil. But Natalie really likes Switzerland, and Alex is on that one.
Alex is saying
well.
Serbia, Brazil over 2.5, banker.
Yes, banker. Alex also liked Korea at +2 against Germany. +2 -118. Korea is a massive underdog to Germany. They're a team that is, they have a lot of speed. They're going to play quicker than Germany, but they seem just kind of like disorganized. They've underachieved in the World Cup, and Alex thinks that they might have some. I could see that. I could see Korea. They're a smaller, quicker team than like Sweden and teams like that. And I could see Alex likes Korea +2. I could see that having some value. And then Sweden, Mexico. They both Natalie liked Mexico, draw no bet, and Alex liked Sweden and Mexico both to score.
Yes, and I think that I'm going to tail Alex on that bet. I'm not going to. I'm going to think about it tonight, but I think that might be. What do you think? Do you think that just a straight tail of Alex there, both teams to score?
I think probably a straight tail of Alex long term is a smart thing to do.
I agree. What will we get on both teams?
I don't know. You got to get that line for me, Jim. We got so much shit going on.
I'll do that. I'll do that, and I'll tweet it out.
Yeah. All right. So basically, any picks that Jim and I have for the games tomorrow, we will tweet out. Although we can also talk about the Costa Rica, Switzerland, and Brazil, Serbia games in the morning show, because they start at 2:00 Eastern time.
And the quick thing from Ken Peacock, who's been doing such a great job as well, says don't play the win the nils with these VAR decisions. And that's something that Natalie was talking about yesterday. So Jason Campbell giving us the exact score: Mexico 2, Sweden 1. Sweden has looked good, better than I expected them to look, and Switzerland has looked very good.
Mexico 2, Sweden 1. Well, that agrees with both Natalie's picks and Alex's picks. Again, Natalie likes Mexico, draw no bet, so that would cash there. And Alex likes Sweden and Mexico both to score, so that would cash there. Okay, so Jim, anything you want to tweet out in the early game, anything you want to give in the early games, you'll have to tweet out. Anything in the late games, you can tweet out or give it in the evening show. And I guess that's it. No, it's not it. We do have 2 more minutes for your favorite part of the show and ours.
Who
Lucrative
hit a
Larry.
+247 parlay in this last play here on this show.
No shit, Lucrative Larry. Awkwardly come on down. You're a hero for hitting a +250 parlay. Lucrative Larry's play of the future. Lucrative Larry.
Hi. Well, I won on Friday. That was good. But today, taking another parlay.
Oh shit.
I'm going to take Germany to win 3-way -500. Serbia +1.5. The Asian handicap -190. Parlay gives me -129. 21. I bet 365. Feel confident.
Wait, what? Minus 129, 21?
No,
-121. I bet
Okay,
365.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, Lucrative
paper,
Larry's
Larry.
play of the future.
Get that paper, Larry.
We'll see how it turns out. Thanks, everyone. This is a long show, but it was fun as hell. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Time.